Hello, and welcome to my space. My soul is leading me to speak about something that happened a long time ago for me, about 25 years ago. At the time, my children were at school and I was busy in life. I was going through my Christian phase. I was very involved with the church. I used to teach kindergarten. I spent a lot of time doing intercessory prayer, all sorts. Being a very good, kind, well-meaning Christian. I have many friends who are still in that place and in that reality. I have a very deep relationship with the one they call Jesus, not something that I know him by. As a child, I used to have a man visit me regularly and talk to me, and he was just my friend. I grew up in a household that was not religious. My father was an atheist, and he was of the belief that if we wanted to have a religion, that we needed to learn about all of them and then make a sensible choice about what we believed to be true. Wonderful foundations. My mother was a kind soul who didn't really have any formal belief systems, although she followed the Christian way of life, and that was a model, I guess you would say, of her everyday living. I spent many years in that phase, most of my children's schooling. My friend would continue to visit me, but he assured me that he was not the same being that religion was talking about. He visits me now, still, as a friend. Doesn't usually say very much, just pops in, gives me a knowing smirk and fills my field with beautiful love. Most of the stories or the theologies that we're taught about have a root truth, and then they're manipulated and altered by man, not men, by mankind, for their own purposes. So, with the purest of intent, all religions have been tainted. And if we put our whole trust in a philosophy or a theology. We're going to be very empty and confused and unfulfilled and worn out trying. When I was young, I was a teenage mother. Not a wise choice in the realm of what we believe to be true. And it was a pretty tough road. When I was about 25, maybe no, I was younger. Goodness me, I was such a young mother. I was 17 when I got pregnant, 18 when I gave birth to my daughter. At that time I married the father and moved out to a wheat and sheep property, which was about an hour from town. I was very alone. I had my mother-in-law nearby, but she was very gracious and didn't want to interfere, so she kept her distance and didn't tell me how to do things. I really found that very honourable. She loved my daughter. And I had a lot of time alone. I was 18, a new mother. I had no phone, and I got to go to town once a fortnight. There was a lot of swampland, wetlands, sounds better, at the back end of the farm, the property. And I would go down there and spend time, take my daughter, and just watch the bird life, the pelicans, the swans, the ducks, the ibis, the herons, the kingfishers, the kookaburras, the magpies, the wrens, the fairy wrens. Hours and hours and hours I would spend with all these beings. I was never alone. I've always had a lot of beings in my life, be it the nature realm, beings from other dimensions, family from other times, beings from other places, other planets. I have had a very full life. I've never been alone, even though I've spent a great amount of my time on this planet by myself. One day, about 25 years ago, I was having a shower and a being popped in to my bathroom. Now, that may seem very odd, but it actually is very normal in my world. So it wasn't surprising. But the message the being brought has stayed with me since that time. It doesn't matter who the being was, other than the feeling of friendship and knowing and family and trust and safety that came with it. And its beautiful, piercing blue eyes, a massive being, was as tall as the rafters. I had a cathedral ceiling in my bathroom. Massive being. There's a whole lot of motorbikes driving past, so if you can hear some background rumble, Sunday on the range. It's part of life here. So I was having the shower, washing my hair actually, and I looked up and here's this being, just piercing blue eyes looking into my eyes. And the words that it spoke was, "A massive wave is being propelled towards you. Are you ready to receive it?" Immediately, I went into my mind mode, and because I lived near the coastline, I had visions of tsunamis and all sorts of catastrophes. But I have realized through time and a whole lot of other things that have happened that this wave is the cosmic energy that is being streamed towards us from the middle of the galactic center. It streams through the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and it's coming from Source. It's coming from the Creator. And this energy is what is filling the universe, not just our little space around Earth or around our solar system, but the entire universe. With what I like to call a truth syrup. We're absorbing it through our skin. We're breathing it into our being. Everything is being coated or is absorbing it. So the entire planet, the entire galaxy, the entire universe is being filled. This is why now is not like any other time. We've had multiple evolutions over a very long period of time. But each time we've reconstructed a similar version of humanity because we've been held in a certain field. The field has changed. And it is a beautiful, it's like an elixir. It's like, it's this life-giving elixir. What it is doing for people is it is bringing up anything in them that isn't aligned to this energy, this new frequency, this new resonant field. So the polarities that we've been living in are amping up, as it's very obvious to see. It's amping up in everyone. This is why it's so important at this time to be neutralizing all of our imbalances within our body, within our energetic body, physical body, mental body, emotional body. The more neutralized, the more alchemy we do within our soul center and become balanced, the more we are going to glide into the match, the resonance, the frequency match of this new universal song. The more disharmony, the more imbalance we have in our own body, not looking outside of ourselves, the more difficult this transition is going to be for you. It's absolutely crucial for us to stop pointing a finger out and start looking in and seeing where our imbalances are. And that is not to go into a whole heap of story processing, victimhood, anger, all of the stuff that we've been doing for generations. It's about owning the parts of you that are not aligned with this new energy and simply bringing them in to be alchemized, neutralized, and harmonized. The Creator will talk to you however you are willing to listen, how you will hear. It isn't he. The Creator, the Nameless One, the All, the Isness, can and will speak to you through whatever means you are willing to listen. There is no right way or wrong way. There is no bad choice or good choice. There is choice and consequence. Every moment of every day, we have an opportunity to make a choice about something. The birds are really gentle and singing a lovely song out there at the moment. We've all had challenges. We've all had stories. Some lives have been easier than others. But when we really start to know who we are, we've been everything and we've had every experience. When we realize that, all judgment leaves us. A lot of religions teach hierarchically, so like with the Hindu religion and the caste system, or with Buddhism and you evolve each lifetime into a higher being. Lots of different religions have different structures, but most of them are hierarchical. When we realize that we are a divine being, and to be divine means we need to be whole, we realize that we've been everything. That means we have been the people that we like to point our finger at. The teaching of the mirror, and everyone's a mirror to us, I don't agree with, and I think it really harms a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of damage from that teaching. There are aspects of us in everyone because we have all in us. If I am in an abusive relationship, or if my partner chooses to abuse my child, I do not see that in any way, shape or form as a mirror showing me what's wrong in me. That is a nonsense. What I do see is that the perpetrator in that instance is doing whatever they're doing for whatever reason, and I have been that at some point in some other place. Not relevant to this time. We can neutralize our pain and our victimhood by realizing that nothing that is done to us hasn't been done by us. These are the things when I say we need to look at the bits in ourselves that we are not willing to look at, so that we can become neutral and whole. It doesn't mean you're doing it here and now. You might be. But there is a life that you are being that. We can hide from ourselves as long as we like. But this truth serum, this truth soup that we are currently being immersed in, is going to bring us to our reality. And we are going to see ourselves. It can be a really difficult, grueling, ugly process, or we can embrace it. A lot of our pain is actually coming from the fact that we don't want to own all of it, our bits. This is the most unique moment in all time of this universe for humanity. We have such an exquisite feeling it all. Blend of all of creation coming together at this time so that we can evolve into that we originally chose to be. Allow yourself to let down your guard, open your soul, and let this universal energy stream into your being. Enjoy. Bye for now.